Welcome to the quick take. Wow. 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Fulham played last night against Wolverhampton Wanderers and drew 1-1 in a game that, well, I want to know the viewers' thoughts and feelings on this. I mean, it was one of those games that Wolves made it difficult for us. Wolves are a good team. Despite their loss last week to Bournemouth, they came with a plan. They pressed us aggressively and hard, and it was really, really difficult for Fulham to maintain a level of tempo. And Wolves had a game plan, and for parts they executed it quite magnificently. I thought Matías Núñez was fantastic. Neves was good, and we can talk about the game in greater detail because there was no real flow to the game at times. There was a couple minutes of added time in the first half, 8 in the second half. Harrison Reed going down with an injury in the first half, and we can get into a bit of what happened in the second half because I thought some of it was nonsense. But then again, if you look at the Brighton game last week, Fulham were really, really pushing their luck with the dark arts, and were Wolves doing the same, perhaps? And the shoes on the other foot, you know how frustrating that is. Personally, I'm happy. I'm happy that we've come from behind and got a point at home. It keeps us sixth. It keeps us sixth by the end of the weekend. It will keep us sixth going into the game against Brentford. And because Brentford don't even play this weekend because of the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United, against Newcastle, they were meant to play Manchester United. We will remain sixth even if we do lose to Brentford. And I know that's pessimistic, but that's obviously a fact. Let's get into the game. Palhinha, wow. 18 minutes in, I'm sure Marco Silva said, don't get a yellow card because you'll be out for 2 games, which includes the FA Cup game against Leeds and the derby against Brentford. But what does he go and do? Well, I tell you what, it's not a yellow card foul. He hardly clips the man. I think it was the intent of which he went into the tackle was why Michael Oliver brandished the yellow card. He went in with intent, well, obviously to try and get the ball, but he played the man and didn't get the ball, but very, 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 very clipped the player. It wasn't rash. It wasn't dangerous. But I think because of the intent, the yellow card was given. That means he's out for 2 games. It was basically going to happen at some point. It means that he'll be on 10 coming into the game, so he'll be back for Arsenal at home. It's a shame because that FA Cup game is huge, and because we've got a chance to get to the quarterfinal, and obviously the Brentford derby as well. For the fans' point of view, that's massive as well. Right, let's get into some comments. Every point counts. Decent point, we'll take it. Perhaps team realizes that if they prevent us from playing from the back, they kill our ability to get before. Absolutely. I felt that we had 0 time on the ball with Leno, Ream, and Diop. And when we were trying to push it from side to side as well, we were getting pressed high. And Wolves weren't in a situation where they were winning the ball very, very high up the pitch, but it did disrupt the flow, and it did give us a second option as to going long towards Vinicius. And it was very hard to play through the thirds at times. And Willian, who's a great outlet on that left-hand side, struggled to impact the first half. Usually in the first half, you have Robinson and Palhinha running and overlapping and underlapping each other and working really well in tandem. That couldn't quite happen in the first half. So the yellow card happened. Also, our throw-ins are wait, hold on. Also, our throw-ins are atrocious. Teams want to give us throw-ins so they can easily be intercepted. It was true. Kenny Tete last night was taking a lot of time with the throw-ins. We couldn't quite find an option. It was taking a bit of time. Fans were getting frustrated. Why do we not take long throw-ins? I suppose we could take long throw-ins with Vinicius up top as a target man. Lukic will get some good minutes against Leeds at least. Yes, I suppose that's true as well. A lot happened. Let's just try and go through it in chronological order. So the goal from Sarabia came just about 5 minutes after Palhinha got the yellow card. I won't lie, I haven't actually seen any of the highlights back. I've seen the goals back because the clips are clipped up on Twitter quite easily. You can watch them. but as a game, I'm trying to run through it in my head. Obviously, it's early doors Saturday morning, and got back late last night. So Sarabia's goal, he sort of took it down quite nicely, and he fired it into the corner past Leno, and that's one of the first goals we've conceded in quite a while since Spurs, I think. Is it Tottenham? Obviously in the league, 1-0 down, and it was obviously difficult when you're 1-0 down at home, and Wolves fans were making good noise, and yeah, I thought that it was a good goal. What was it deserved on the balance of play? Perhaps. I think Wolves came out very, very aggressively and caused us lots of issues. And then Harrison Reed went down. I think that might have been before the goal. It was very, very early on. Was the substitution at halftime because of that injury that he got, and he tried to play on, and we brought on Sasha Lukic, and we also brought on Manuel Solomon. Of course, we'll come on to Manuel Solomon. Yeah, Lukic came on, and I thought he was tidy. I thought he was sharp. I thought he was really good in tight spaces and played some nice, neat triangles, and got us out of trouble a few times. The game was very, very nuanced. Like every single tackle mattered. I know it's the same of every game, but I really noticed it last night. Every single tackle mattered. Every single pass mattered. Passes of play mattered. Just the way in which Wolves were pressing, it was very difficult for Fulham to maintain a level of structure in possession. But I thought we did very well. I thought we did really, really well to come out in the second half, because let's not lie, the first half performance was pretty poor. We weren't at the races. Fans were getting frustrated. Yeah, a lot of people are backing that Lukic performance. I agree as well. Solid Lukic debut, in my opinion. Good base to build on in midfield. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm getting lost here. Right, second half starts, and there's a bit more impetus from Fulham. And well, the main part of the second half was that goal. Manuel Solomon taking it down, cutting in, and from the television angle, you'll see the replay of the goal in real time. The way it goes in and out is absolutely magnificent. It's one of the best goals we've scored this season. 3 goals in 3 games for Solomon, as he got the clincher against Forest, the winner against Brighton, and then the equalizer against Wolves. And then it was just a game of handbags, really. When Cunha went down injured, and that was in the actually, that was before the Solomon goal. I didn't even realize it was. It was on the hour mark. Adama Traore came on. I was really impressed with the way we kept Adama Traore quiet. Such a dangerous player. Got the winner against Fulham in that horrible lockdown game. But we kept him very, very quiet. The same with Diego Costa when he came on as well. Didn't really cause much of a threat. In fact, there was a Jimenez header. Sorry, there was a Neves header in the first half, which was quite dangerous. The Jimenez header in the second half, which went just wide, was dangerous. Apart from that, correct me if I'm wrong. If there's any Wolves fans here, do correct me, or any Fulham fans. I can't remember another Wolves chance they had. Put a couple balls in the box. It was quite. I don't know. I don't think. I think at the end of the game, when there was 8 added minutes, we were the one looking more likely to win the game. And of course, we nearly did win the game. Vinicius with that header, what a save from Jose Sarr in added time. That would have been a really cool winner. And Vinicius, who didn't have the greatest game, his hold-up play was improving in the second half. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's really difficult to remember the game when you haven't actually seen anything back. But look, yeah, Marco did make it clear last night that Solomon's not ready to play 90 minutes. That being said, that doesn't mean he won't start games. It just means that he won't play 90 if he does start. Should Solomon start the next game against Leeds? I think we lacked a bit of sparkle up top with Bobby D. Cordova-Reid and Willian and Andres Pereira. Once Solomon came on, he's quick, he's direct, he cuts in, he scores a wonderful goal. I think he should start. Whether he's ready to, we don't know. It's a quick turnaround. I mean, today's Saturday, we've got another game on Tuesday night, and then we have a nice break for Monday night against Brentford. That Leeds game could take a lot out of us. It could go to extra time. It could go to penalties. You never know. And it's obviously a Premier League fixture, really, on paper, so it's going to be a difficult game. Any more to say on the game? I'm just trying to rattle through Any chances? I just can't remember. There were there was instances where there was a couple of Wolves players down. Cunha got back up, he went back down. Fans were getting frustrated, especially from where I was sitting. Fans were getting very, very frustrated. I'm not sure what it was like in the Hammersmith end. But yeah, I thought it was a good battle of a game. It wasn't the best game of football you'd ever watch. But Fulham getting a point, and what does it actually mean for the Premier League table? As I said earlier, we're 4 points clear of the teams below us, therefore they can't overtake us. Brighton don't even play this weekend either. Liverpool play. Oh, I can't even remember who Liverpool playing. They are playing. Oh, Palace in the late kickoff. Yeah. So even if they win, they'll go 1 point behind us. We cannot be overtaken. Yeah, no, this is a good point. Like, you can't hate on Wolves for what they did, because we did the exact same last week and probably worse. I didn't think it was that bad as well. Let's talk about the referee actually before we finish. Michael Oliver, who I think is an outstanding referee. Him and Anthony Taylor, I think, are the best in the Premier League. Hence, they get the Champions League gigs and the World Cup gigs. I thought last night he was poor because the Palhinha yellow, I can understand why he gave that yellow because of the intent of which he went in with that challenge. But the consistency was not there when it came to Wolves fouls. There was a few examples where Wolves fouled us, and there should have been a yellow card. And I think, let me just double check. I think that was the only yellow card in the game, which is baffling because there was certainly. Oh, Andres Pereira got booked as well. Yeah, I seem to remember that. But no Wolves yellow cards, and I think there should have been a couple out there. Wolves were good. I don't think Wolves are going to go down based on that performance. They play very neat, tidy stuff. They press very well. Sarabia is a great player. Nunez, great player. Matheus Nunez. Cunha, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but Jimenez was a real handful last night. And yeah, Dawson at the back. I think they were playing, was it Max Kilman as well? Yes, I thought they were. Hugo Bueno was very, very good. I'm sort of not really structuring this very well, but I'm just sort of trying to remember little things from last night. Mario Lemina back at the Cottage as well. He played quite well. There was one instance where Ream, he does this almost every game now. He grabbed the ball from defence and he ran and he ran and he ran. He all got up to all the way up to the edge of the final third, and it's just incredible at his age, the confidence to do that. I thought he was outstanding again last night, and you can look at the goal and maybe there were a couple of mistakes in there, but overall, I thought defensively we were pretty decent. And did Leno have to make a save? I think he tipped over a couple of things for a corner in the second half, but yeah, no, you're right. He's certainly, the referee seemed to not take action against Wolves players for some tackles. You're right. I think I might leave it there. That quick take is only a quick take. The podcast will die. We'll go into the game a little bit in more detail. Are we going on a European tour? Well, it's still on. We're still going to be sixth come, Monday night against Brentford. There are some teams who have games in hand over us, and that could catch us up. But look, if we maintain a level of good performance. Okay, let's end on this question from Justin. What did you think of Vinicius' performance last night? Well, first off, he couldn't hold up the ball for Toffee, really. He couldn't do much with it. He was losing out on every header with Dawson and Kilman. He tries very, very hard, I think. He does try hard, and I think Mitrovic is such a different player when it comes to hold-up play, because there's a presence about him. There's almost Premier League defenders stand off him because they know he's strong. They know he can take the ball down, and because he drops so deep, he can link the play so well. With Vinicius, he was sort of left up top, not isolated as such, but even when he did win the ball, we struggled to get players around him to link up that play. There was a couple of examples in the second half where he did it very, very well. But yeah, let's leave it there. Fulham won, Wolverhampton Wanderers won. Overall, I'm very, very pleased with the point. I don't think we played particularly well last night and still came away with a result. I think we're 3 unbeaten in the league, 5 in all comps because of the FA Cup as well. And yeah, the last defeat came against 6 games unbeaten in all comps. The last defeat coming to, well, the last 2 defeats actually coming in a row to Newcastle and Tottenham, only by a 0-0. The draw against Chelsea, fantastic. So actually, it's 4 in the league that are unbeaten now, going into that Brentford game in the league. Obviously, got Leeds in the cup. But thanks everyone for watching. I've been Jack Kelly. We'll be back on Wednesday for a Jack and Joe show where we'll review the Leeds game and look ahead to the Brentford game on the Monday Night Football. Apparently, Sky gave us good coverage last night. I think I saw a couple of clips from Carragher and Neville about complimenting Fulham. Let me know if you saw anything good. I'm going to try and watch it back before I head off to West Ham today. Come on, you Whites. We'll see you again soon for another quick take, either Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning after Leeds or Brentford. Come on, Fulham, and have a great weekend, guys. You Whites.